We want revolution.
Bookmark words on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Eyes check, complete.
We have launched for the Informant podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Informant Podcast, your new source for information regarding Mafia wars from Zynga. Pistol Pete from Stockholm.
Live long and prosper.
And tonight I have with me Chainsaw Chester, Jana, Death by Gucci, and Jennifer, the Mafia Wars Loot Lady. What has everybody done since the last time we've done the last show? Anything?
I've been
Literally?
watching The Revolver of Death.
Yeah, this thing, I've been getting the revolver. I haven't even been able to play much. And every time I do, I'm getting the revolver like there's no tomorrow.
Well, it's something going on as we speak, and they're working on fixing it. So by tomorrow, it shouldn't be an issue.
You know, I just wonder what they do to break it. It was
I
the
know.
game. I haven't seen a revolver in a really long time. So the fact that it came back makes you wonder, what did they change or they were prepared to change that caused it to come out the way it has?
Maybe it's them trying to take away our triple or double mastery in Italy.
They said
know.
24 hours.
That's how long it's going to be there?
Yeah.
That's what they said. Tomorrow it's gone.
So I
And
should
they-
get in Italy and start doing it?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should.
if you
This is a
wanna
good time
finish
for
it.
Italy.
This kind of stuff does baffle me about the game changes. You know, they don't want people to constantly level that, but then they'll offer up a triple mastery in a city that they plan to keep. So then that means that they're rushing people through a city to get them to finish it. But then they're concerned that if people finish all these cities, then they're going to be begging for more content to do. I just don't get it.
So what's going on in Stockholm?
Since the last time we've been on air, I spent my time in the forums in Zynga territory.
You
I
have
noticed.
And I've been setting the forums aflame.
Yes, you have.
So
Good old Pete Lundy.
yeah, I've gotten to the point where it's just like, now I'm just tired of attempting to try to do anything that helps the game because it's never listened to. And so I posted in the forums 4 potential things that could be done that could turn the game around for all the players as a start, you know, and then obviously there's lots of stuff that can be done, but I listed out 4 specific things that could be done. One was to remove pop-ups. The other was that they do something better with mini packs / energy packs / stamina packs, that you do the mix and match. And I know I've gotten shot down on the idea Zynga would never do it, but I think that there's no real harm when you really start to think about the strategy of the game. There's players out there that their goal in life is to level, and if that's their goal and that's how they play the game, those are eyes on the game. Those are people that are there to see ad spots that you put in the game. So why would you discourage that? Obviously, my third big one was to fix the fight page. Stop the damn jumping on the screen. Make sure that the buttons don't move. Keep it where everything is where a player expects it to be, no matter where you're at in the stage of fighting another player.
Yeah, that makes me insane.
Event staggering, which was the 4th item on my list. Stagger the events. We don't care if there's events. I'll say it again, and again, and again, and again. We don't care if there's events. We just want them staggered so that they're not stacked on top of each other, driving us all crazy. And I don't care what the event is. I don't care if it's a gifting event, a looting event. I got to go ask my Mafia to scratch my butt event. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. I don't want them stacked on top of each other.
Exactly.
You
Well, there's
know?
just too many. It's ridiculous.
Right.
What
They
kind of
do?
feedback are you getting on that thread?
Very constructive. It's not been negative in an extreme way. I mean, there's always little negativity about, well, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that. There's been lots of other great ideas that stemmed from it. I didn't see, honestly, too many people just come in and flame the post. And the post has grown to over, I think, 11 pages now worth of posts. I think it's gotten some positive attention, and it's got good information about what players really want to see. And then there's other elements that they can do. Very easy. You know, very low cost to Zynga that would have benefits to those people that have been
Easy to
complaining.
you.
Well, yeah, maybe so.
Well, if he's one guy, you would think a whole corporation could do it.
You think you have a whole
there's
development
a lot
team?
more
You can't do it?
bureaucracy in there. There's a lot more strange within that company than be a single person.
Don't get me wrong. I know that's the reason why everything takes so long to get implemented.
Yep.
And I understand that about this game. There are so many different player dynamics that everything that I proposed is not a solution for everybody, and I never proposed it that way. Nor did I propose that I come up with the best solutions either. That's not my style, but I did want to start somewhere. If you'd make subtle changes, you could really turn this game back around and get old players that left and new players to stay. And I even went a step further, and I put out a $100 bet. I said, I will bet $100 that if you implement these 4 things in the next month and watch it for a month, you start seeing your numbers and stuff like that start climbing back, and you start seeing players happy about the game again, you're going to start seeing a positive return on your investment. And if you don't, I owe Zynga $100.
Wow.
So
you could just give it to me, and I can buy reward points.
The point
they wiped their butt with $100.
Yeah, I know.
Sad.
I know.
Well, what's going on with you this week, Jen?
Where to even begin? I guess I'll start with the big thing that has everybody up in arms. One of the big things. The first thing is we got new mystery bags, and now they're called blue mystery bags. And the old ones were blue, so I don't know why they decided to call them blue instead of just mystery bags. But things were going great in the mystery bag department when you coupled it with the Italy loot. I talked about that on the last show, but put an item on your wish list. And then we got these new mystery bags that are supposed to have really good stuff in them. And the first day that they were out, we saw some pretty good items. Like skill points, an attack point, defense point, reward points. Pretty much what was in the old mystery bags, too. And by the second day of them being out, players started noticing that, hey, I'm not getting anything. All I'm getting is boosts. And, every run I've done since and seen on my fan page, it's the majority of its boosts. Now, in the past, you would get approximately 5% of your mystery bags would be an item on your wish list. And now we're seeing like maybe 1 out of 100 to 200 bags. And I haven't seen any. I got all boosts. And they're looking into it to see if it actually is an unattended thing, or is this the way it's going to be? And did they decide they didn't want us getting wishlist items and created a whole new mystery bag to disguise what was really happening? There's a lot of debate about that. So if your mystery bag stuff sucks, that's why.
And then Jen, correct me if I'm wrong, but now one of the other frustrations, their mission, when they accept mission crews and stuff, it's counting towards their daily limit of gifts that they can. They count as gifts.
Mission crew requests do count as gifts. Brazil crew ones don't.
I didn't realize that.
And I don't know if it was that way before and we just never noticed it. I'm going to suspect that it's not intended. And so if we bring it up into one of our venues, I bet we could have them look into that and get it changed. And the next big hoopla, which you touched on, were these energy packs. So everyone bitched and moaned about hating mini energy packs because we didn't like asking for them. I know I never even got around to asking for them because when I needed them, what's the fun in asking and then having to wait? So I just would move on and do something else. Well, Zynga came around and said, oh, well, you guys don't like mini energy packs, so we're going to take them out of the game. And it happened so suddenly, and they had been working on improving the feature that it didn't seem logical. Like there's some reason we don't know, and I'm going to suspect it's because people were leveling too much with the mini packs. Because it was nice for players that were close to leveling, so they could use a small portion of their energy and not waste it like you do with the big packs. If you have 1,000 left to level and you're going to use a big pack and you get like 3,000 or 4,000 energy points, well, you're going to waste it when you level up. So those were just taken away, and they kind of slow rolled the takeaway. But what happened was players who still had the mini packs could use as many of them as they wanted to. And as soon as Zynga was aware of that, they immediately took them away from everybody. They're large, big packs, and you can use 3 a day, 1 every 8 hours, which people don't like that either because not everyone's going to be on their computer every 8 hours. People do have to sleep and work.
No, they don't.
And have
Sleeping's
a life.
Overrated.
That's the thing. The good Mafia Wars players are usually people that have a lot of free time and can do all this stuff that they think we should be doing. So
Yep.
anyway, so there's 2 nerfs we just talked about, the mini packs, the mystery bags. Some little fun updates. This weekend we're going to have a double loot drop.
Yes.
And we'll see if this one actually is double, because we've seen them in the past where, yeah, you get double loot drops, but the loot drop rate
The loot's crap.
decreased by 50%. And here's something fun, Pete. Trader No-Go is back in the game.
What?
Oh yeah, I know. I saw the new items.
Well, it's funny. We only got, like, I think I pointed out a while ago, and this was even before Italy loot and fighting loot. Of the 16 items that you can trade for in the pawn shop, I think there were like 3 or 4 that would improve your stats. Well, obviously when Italy loot and Brazil loot came out, that was no longer true, so they added only 3 new loot items. But instead of keeping them on scale, they just tacked them on the end and charged 8 reward points instead of 7, which was the high-end stuff from the past. And honestly, I can't see a reason to use that feature at all. But do you want to do a Trader No-Go spoof?
People seem to want one.
Yes, high demand. Say something funny.
Something
funny.
Okay.
Oh, you're very funny. You're not
so funny.
You make Trader No-Go laugh.
It's okay, Uncle-san. You'll make me laugh, too.
Okay, thank you for entertaining my segment. And then we have a new limited time mission, and it's called Against All Odds, and it was one with the newspaper, so everyone's freaking out. Does that mean Las Vegas is going to close? Will customer support put out a 411? And they answered that question, and they don't have any plans to close Las Vegas. So you can
They will.
not worry about it. Well, that's just what they said. And it's 8 days. It's just none of these events are anything new. We still have the spiders going on. I think there's one more day. Then there'll be probably a 4-day redemption period. And then who knows when the next event will be. If they listen to us, we'll get a breather. And
I hope so.
oh, I hope so too, because I'm so sick of these events.
No kidding.
Yep.
And then the last major thing that happened was that MySpace and Mafia Wars have no connections anymore. And so there was a package offered to people that played on MySpace, like we saw in the past with the tagged site where you could enter a code and get reward points, or a already made account. It was your choice. And if you had an account on MySpace, you could apply the bonus to your existing Facebook account. And some people really got a lot of reward points. And then that upset, I got a lot of emails saying, this isn't fair. I wasn't on MySpace. I didn't get any reward points. But yeah,
It is fair. What they have to realize is that here are people that dumped a ton of money into their game on MySpace, and now they don't have a platform to use anymore.
Right.
So the only way for them to do is to go from MySpace over to Spamalot, Facebook.
So, but I can see both sides to it, and I know the players on MySpace suffered greatly by being neglected, and those that did spend money, it's nice that they were compensated.
Were one of you a MySpace player first?
I was.
Jana was. Yeah.
Did you find your MySpace account?
Well, I canceled it a long time ago, and then
Should have kept it. Couldn't get some reward.
Yeah.
Is there any way to get into it, or did you permanently delete your
I could
MySpace?
probably still try to get into it.
You have until June, so you should
Okay.
really try. You'd be surprised. If you were
Okay.
above a level 30, you're going to get compensated. So if I were you, I would figure out how to get access to that account.
Okay.
Well, doesn't it just make you sick to know there's probably, Jana, there's probably thousands of those accounts just sitting dormant.
Yeah.
And the people probably don't even play on Mafia Wars and could give a rat's ass about reward point
Why would they give
compensations.
a rat's ass to anybody?
We're going to stalk MySpace players
So
now.
all those accounts, gosh, if we could get the codes. But
Okay.
they did up their security as far as exploiting it. So we won't see the glitch we saw with the tagged thing.
Because that was a mess.
Oh,
That's
and then
funny.
did we talk about the new comic book collection?
No, we didn't.
No, we don't need
That
to talk
was
about it.
in with the mystery bags.
Yeah, it was in with the blue mystery bags and the
Yeah.
red mystery
But
bags.
some people don't realize there's a new collection there, and you just have to look under the special.
It's under the special option.
Oh,
yeah.
I've gotten that question a lot.